This is how the Crafted Flower Lily from Altenew comes. It comes with all of these dies here so that you can layer them. And it has a nice guide here to kind of show you how they layer. So here is the first one, the first single die. You know to cut that from the lightest color so that it will show up. And then you know this one is next, and it shows you here. So this one would be from your medium or the next color, next darkest color. And then this one here, the next darkest. And then this little bitty center right here would be your darkest. Now, the little stamens that come out can be cut from black. They kind of recommend black. I've cut it from black and from the same color as I did here, and you'll see two different how it looks both ways. I'll show you. So then we have the leaves. You have two different leaves, so you would cut out this one with this, and that just kind of overlays it. And like I say, this makes it very easy. Trust me, if I can follow it, anybody can follow it. So, and it kind of gives you the idea. This one should, the bigger one should be the darker color, and the smaller die should be the lighter color, and that's how you layer them. So all you have to do is pick out your cardstocks. So for the bigger flower, or the bigger leaf, excuse me, it's this one, the open one, and then the smaller one here, and that just layers on top of that. And you actually get two of these, so there's two of them here, which makes it easier to cut. So I have gone ahead and cut a bunch. Oh, by the way, you do get stems, and these don't layer. They just actually are just small, thin stems. See, I've already cut it out. There's that one, and let's see, where's the other one? This one. No, that's the same one. Let's see. I keep pulling up the same one. I've got them all in a thing here. There we go. This one's a little bit smaller. So you can see they've got two. And I've gone, like I say, I've gone ahead and cut out a bunch of stuff already. This is heavy die cutting. So if you don't like to die cut, this really isn't for you. But I went ahead and decided that while I'm, you know, die cutting, let me go ahead and cut out a bunch of different things. So let me kind of show you. Obviously, I cut out a bunch of the greens, and the greens I've got from, the cardstock, and I'll put this up on the screen, is from MFT, and it's Field Day, Green Room, and Cool as a Cucumber. So those are the three colors that I used for that. Then I also put together, now this is like a orangey red one, and this one, now I got colors out of the Simon Says Stamp rainbow sampler set from their cardstocks. So I'm not exactly sure what colors. I'm going to research it, but they're not labeled because, like I say, it's all in a pack. But I will see if I can figure that one out. Then I got I made a gray one, and this gray one is with cardstock from MFT and Lawn Fawn. So it's the MFT Grout Gray and Cement Gray, and then the Lawn Fawn, Narwhal, and Storm Cloud. Look how pretty that looks. I really like that one. And as you can see, this is how it looks when I put the same color of just this inner portion and then the stamen. So I'm going to put together one on screen here, and I'm going to use a black stamen, and we'll see the difference. Now this one is the purples, and this is a purple set that came, I think I got it with this Crafted Flower Lily. So it's the shades of purple, Altenew shades of purple gradient cardstock. Now the cards, they're so small, you're not going to get too much out of this, but because they're all 3 by 6 inch paper set and eight sheets of each color. Well, I think for every one that I die cut, I might have used, I don't know, well, 2 sheets. It's not too bad. So anyway, the colors are soft lilac, lavender fields, deep iris, and midnight violet. And I really do like how this looks here. Now this one, I used colors from Hero Arts. I used the Nautical Adriatic, Paradise, and Arctic cardstocks, and I really like how that comes out. A lot of this is almost a bluish green. It's not a true blue, it's just like a bluish green. So and what you can see is, I cut them all out, and then I just put them in these baskets so that I could put everything together when I was ready. So I'm going to go ahead, like I say, and do one on screen here, put it all together so you can see me do that, and then I'll put the rest of them off together off screen, and then we'll make some cards. The other thing I wanted to show you was I do have another Build a Flower or Craft a Flower card set or die set. I believe that they just started naming it Craft a Flower, but hold on one second and let me get this. Okay, yeah, this is the Altenew Peony Dream 3D die. This is what they had before, I guess they started saying Craft a Flower. So this is the peony, and I made some of these. Same concept. To me, this one was a little bit harder to follow. They didn't kind of fit as easily, but I want to show you. I went ahead and created it off screen, and I've stuck it together here because I wanted to kind of, that's how I want to put it on a card. So, but let me show you. The thing here with this one is you can create a very large peony, which is this one here, and so that would be like that. Or you can create a smaller one like this, and that one's that. So, I like it. It's, to me, they're okay. They're not great. I definitely like the tulip better, but I definitely will be making some cards out of this. I won't be putting them on together on screen, but I will definitely be making a card, and I'll show you that. And here's the leaves. I definitely like these leaves, just like that. So, all right. So let's go ahead and put one together. Okay, so here are my 4 pieces that I'll need. Actually, I'll bring out my 5th. This is the black stamen. So I am going to put this together using glue. This is the easiest way for me. The good thing about this Craft a Flower and these dies is, as you can see, they kind of fit together. If you can see, here's the bottom of the flower, and they all fit together just like that. And when you layer this one, I know this one looks kind of like, oh, where's that go? You just can kind of tell how it fits. It kind of fits right on there, and then the flowers fit right into this, right, like that. And so that, it makes it very, very simple. So let's go ahead and start here and put it together. Like I say, I try not to put too much glue. Sometimes I do, but the good thing about this glue, which is it's the Art Glitter glue, is it dries clear, and most glues nowadays do dry clear, so that makes it easier. Sorry if you hear that outside. My neighbor's doing his lawn. Okay, so just put it right on there and pick it up, and the good thing about using glue is it gives you that second of wiggle room just to make sure you've got it put together real well. And we'll go with our next one. And just little dabs of glue. It's very intricate. If you don't like to hold it, you could always use your reverse tweezers, which I'll use for these other small pieces. And then, like I say, this end just fits nicely right into here. And then I'll put the flowers right where, or the buds kind of right where they're supposed to be. Move it into place. Same with this one. And there we go. That's put together. Nice and easy. So this inner piece, you can tell, so it kind of has a thing right here. So you just kind of, I like to put the notch right there. So let me see if I can find my tweezers. Of course, I can't find them right now, so we'll just go with me holding them. I don't know if any of you guys have a desk that is so cluttered, but yet you couldn't work any other way. That's kind of how I am. So I hate it because I can't exactly find exactly what I need right away, but I like it this way. I don't know. Anyway, so okay, so there's that. Now, here is the stamen piece, and this should go probably right here in between. And I'll just put some glue. And then I'll just adhere it down right in between those two. And I just put it just like that. So, what do you guys think? Should that be black or blue? I kind of like the blue. I'll be honest, I like the blue a little bit better. I think I'm going to stick with the blue for that one. I'll try black on each one and see, but see how easy that is to come together. So pretty much, doing these is fairly simple. Like I say, it's heavy in die cutting. That's the thing that takes the most time. But once you're finished with that, then once you put them together, you're ready to make a bunch of cards. So I'm going to go ahead and put all these together, and then we're going to come back and make some cards. So I started out by putting these together kind of in groupings. Some will be on some white heavyweight cardstock, some will be on some off-white heavyweight cardstock, and I'm just kind of putting each with a stem and some leaves. If I put them in groupings where I'm putting two down, I'll glue the first one down, and then I'll pop up the second one using some foam adhesive. So here I'm just kind of gluing it down, but not pushing it in real hard because I want to be able to kind of pull it up and tuck under some of these greenery pieces, just kind of putting it the way I think it would look good to my eye. And like I say, just kind of fiddling around here. Everything's already put together. I know you saw me do some of it, and the ones that I didn't do on screen, I did off screen, and I put all the colors together, and you can kind of see them off to the side of my basket, along with some of the purple ones there to the right. For some reason, when I'm looking back at this video, I must have videotaped it in slow motion because I can't seem to get it to go faster. So it's kind of bothering me how slow this is going. It's going even slower than real time. I don't really work this slow. I'm a little bit faster. So I apologize and hope that you can tolerate it. But here we go. I'm just popping that up with some foam adhesive. I'm going to bring in a few more of the leaves here just to kind of fill it out a little bit more. I really liked how this looked. I just love this die cuts set. Well, see, now it started to speed up. I don't know why. There we go. Here I'm going to do a purple one. So the first one I'm going to set down using just some glue. I'll do the stem and some of the leaves. Of course, then the second one I'll top up with adhesives. Now here is the peony set that I showed you earlier, and this one I have put together using just kind of on my desktop, and I used some of the press and seal to put it in place the way I liked it, because again I didn't want to lose the way that I had set it out. So I just picked it up using the press and seal, and I'm just putting some glue on the back and then setting it down onto the card base. Again, this is a off-white card base, and this makes it so easy. The press and seal, again, I have some press and seal I bought at the end of the season, obviously last Christmas, so this was on sale. I just use it in my craft room, and makes it a lot easier. I guess you could also take a picture, and that way you can recreate the way you put it down, but I kind of like the press and seal. So just kind of getting everything glued. All right, now I'm moving on to another one. This one I tried. This is the Jennifer McGuire method, and I can't remember what she called it, but it's where you start out with a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and just make it line down the middle, and then you put some images down the center, and then you cut it in half and you get multiple cards. So as you can see here, I'm putting 4 of them down, and I'm going to cut it straight in half right down the center. And I would have gotten 4 A2 size cards out of this, but you'll see when I cut here, I guess my 10 Holtz guillotine trimmer is probably a little not as sharp as it should be, and it didn't cut well through the lower 2. It actually frayed it, so I was unable to use those 2, and I had to waste them, which bothered me. So otherwise I got just 2 panels, so I'm going to use those 2. And here I'm using a die from CZ Designs and Simon Says Stamp, and I'm just putting it together using the shadow, the black as the shadow, and then the Love You out of some grayish black glitter cardstock. I'm going to adhere that down to a heavyweight card base. This is in white. I'm going to go ahead and put down Love You. And I'll do the same over here. Probably try this again, but I need to make sure my trimmer's a lot tougher. I guess it couldn't go through all that cardstock. I'm going to bring in some jewels. Again, this is the Gina K Aurora. What was it again? Gina K. Angel Aura. That's it. Angel Aura rhinestones. And I'm just putting them, scattering them throughout there. As you can see, I didn't add any leaves onto this. I don't think it looks bad without leaves, but might have brought in a little bit more pop of color if I did. Now I'm going to show you, I am making some of the other gray ones. I'm putting them onto black cardstock, and I'm going to do it very similar to what I had done before, except for this one, because again, I was kind of but I wanted to do it a little bit different. So I'm going to put 2 of the lilies there, surrounded by some of the leaves. However, I do not put stems on them. And then the other one off to the side, I just use singly by itself. All right, I wanted to do a quick run through of all the cards I made using the 2 Altenew Craft a Flower, or this one's called 3D die set. So I made 2 cards using the Peony Dream 3D die set here, and here they are right here. I liked how they turned out. Again, I thought it was a little bit more difficult putting these together, but in general I still like how they turned out. I put both of them on a off-white card stock, and then backed them with, this is just a hot pink cardstock from my stash, and this is the Tim Holtz metallic cardstock. And then I just added some gems, and I used some clear gems, and those are the Gina K Angel Aura rhinestones. And I used sentiments from Simon Says Stamp, I think word mix die, one of the word mix die sets. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I will definitely list it down below. So earlier in the video I showed you how I made these two cards, and that's using the technique that Jennifer McGuire had done a video on, where you just cut it in half. And I like how these turned out. I used the Simon Says Stamp Love You, CZ Designs Love You die, and I put some gems, which they look a little bluish, but they're actually the same Angel Aura rhinestones. And I put this on just a standard A2 size white card base, because as you saw in the video, I ruined 2 of them. I was only able to make 2 more of the gray cards, the gray tulips, the Craft-A-Flower, I said tulips, they're lilies, Craft-A-Flower lily layering dies. And so I have them, like I say, in the gray, and then I have the other colors, which I'll show you here shortly. These 2 cards I made just putting them on some black cardstock, backing them with some dark gray cardstock from my stash. And this one I used the Prayers die. I believe this is from Simon Says Stamp. And I embossed, heat embossed the sentiment and Hugs Coming Your Way. I put just a few gems. This one I used the Thanks die cut from Altenew. And then for Loving Me Exactly As I Am, I'm not exactly sure where I stamped that from. I have a bunch of sentiments that I had already pre-stamped and put into a thing, and I don't know where it came from, but I'll try to find out. And again, I used the same Angel Aura rhinestones from Gina K for these 2. Now moving on to my yellow ones. Well, these are almost like a yellowish, reddish, orange one. And these 2, again, everything was very simple, done the same way. I put them on the card base. This was an off-white, this was a white, and I would pop them up with foam adhesive, put the leaves underneath, and then add the sentiment. So this one's off-white base. It's got a background of a craft cardstock, and this one has some almost like an orangish metallic color. That's from Tim Holtz. And 2 sentiments that I had previously heat embossed from the word mix set from Simon Says Stamp. This one says Wishing You the Happiest Birthday. This one says You've Got This. And of course some more gems, and these are Pretty Pink Push raspberry gems. Now the next 2 I did the same way. Craft cardstock, off-white cardstock, craft cardstock, pop them up with foam adhesive. When I do 2 of them, I put one straight down, the other one with foam adhesive. I did some of the sentiments that I had already, again, embossed and cut out. This one says A Little Note. This one says Lucky to Know You. Again, with the rhinestones, the pink, Pretty Pink Posh raspberry rhinestones. And the last one is another one that says Prayers, Sending You Prayers, and off-white backed with craft cardstock. These are all put on heavyweight cardstock from my stash, 120-pound cardstock, white, that I make into card bases. Now moving on to the blue ones, bluish / greenish, kind of aquaish. Same thing here. This one is put onto a blue card base, this one onto a white. They're both backed with a dark heavyweight kind of tealish cardstock from my stash, Sentiments, Thinking of You, and Lucky to Know You, and some gems. I use the Pretty Pink Push Starry Sky Mix set. And then these 2 Another one that says prayers to you and your family. This one says sending happy thoughts. Again, blue background, teal base with some of the same jewels. And this one again uses the Thanks die from Altenew, and I cut that out of some blue glitter cardstock, and the sentiment that says for lending a hand. Moving on to the purple, which is my last one. Again, the same. Off-white here, white here, purple metallic Tim Holtz cardstock. This was just a heavyweight purple cardstock from my stash. This sentiment is the CZ Design Love You die. This one is a thank you from the Word Mix set. And I used Pretty Pink Posh Sugar Plum Jewels for that. These two. Here's another one that says prayers. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. I kept the gems kind of light here. And then this one says hope your day is the best ever. And some gems scattered throughout. Off-white cardstock, purple card base. Not card base, background. And then this one is my last one. It's the one, it says happy birthday. And I believe this happy birthday might be a die from MFT. I'll take a look and make sure that I have that on there. And then I have the die cut or the embossed sentiment that says 1 year older. And then again, the same gems. So that is all of the cards that I made. I guess when I decided to start doing the die cutting, I went to town and just did a ton. So you can see that I made a bunch of cards. To me, just doing a bunch at once is kind of good because now I have all of these in my stash and I can either give them away, you know, give them as gifts for people to use, cards to use. I like to do that, or just, you know, use them to give out when the time is right. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me with these cards. I do hope you look into these Craft a Flower sets, or I think that's what they're called nowadays. They're so fun to work with. Again, it's a lot of die cutting, but if you don't mind that, I think it's definitely worth it because it gives you amazing cards. So thanks again, and we'll see you later.